I was so proud. Stop. Look at this one. I was just learning HDR, and this one has sold, but look at the colors on the wall. Look at the towels. It just looks terrible, and it sold 3 times. All right, this video is gonna be totally different. I'm gonna do something I've never done before, and I'm gonna share with you, as embarrassing as it is, some of my worst photos that have actually sold for stock. My goal with this video is to get you to understand that just keep uploading photos. You might not be good yet, you will be. If I sold these photos, anyone has a chance, and that's what I'm doing. I started from 0 when I started stock photography. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Compare yourself to yourself a year ago. Just keep marking your progress. Don't compare yourself to other people, because that doesn't get you anywhere. All right, let me go find a spot over there by the water where I can see if there's any birds or anything, because I rented this equipment and I want to take advantage of it, even if it's just catching snowfall from the trees. All right, this is one of my first photos. This is a cork with the wine glass and the corkscrew. You know, the concept, you don't even see the wine, you can't see the outline. If you zoom into the heart thing, you see it was a chocolate box that was shaped like a heart for Valentine's Day. So I thought it'd be great if I put the corks there, but it's not. I mean, the idea was good, but the execution was terrible. I should have put something dark in the bottom. I should have put a light for the wine, and just fix the white balance. It sold 19 times and made me $12. but now that I look at it today, it's a little embarrassing, and don't worry, some of these are gonna get way worse. The concept was good, the execution was not. This was kind of dumb. This was a Cosmopolitan, very pink, light cranberry Cosmopolitan with lime thing. Dutch angle. Why would you have a drink that looks like it's spilling? It just doesn't look right. Anyway, that one sold 16 times for a total of $98. I don't like Dutch angle. They just look weird. It looks like things are falling off the thing. Look at this Halloween pepper. I didn't have a pumpkin, and I was trying to follow the upload schedule, so I did these in like July or whatever, June. But look at the pepper, Halloween pepper. It doesn't have light. It's barely glowing. There's no highlight. There's no light from the back. The lighting is terrible, and it's down and sold 1 time. Look at Bambi playing with the stick. Look at the shadows. You can barely tell that it's a dog. She was so young. All I had to do was put a reflector, a diffuser, and the lighting would have been so much better. Again, don't get lazy. Look at this next one. Look at this beer. Oh my God. Look at how much head is in this beer for St. Patrick's Day. Why would you go to a bar that gives you that much head and that little bit of beer? This other one with the avocado boats. Look at the background. Look at, there's 3-4 different backgrounds in this photo. At the very front corner, there's black, then there's a bamboo mat, then there's a tile, and then there's more gray in the background. That's way too complicated. The idea was great. Avocado boats with on a lettuce with kimchi. I mean, it's great for nutrition, for food, for things like vegetarian, whatever. But the execution was terrible. You want to keep it simple. This has way too many backgrounds, way too difficult to use. This one, there's no shadows, there's no depth. It's just a strawberry margarita with an embarrassing lime curlicue. It's like I used a whole lime. It's just even lighting from every angle. I'm not creating that 3D look. It's just bright light, here we go, dark background. Again, it's not terrible, but the ones that I did where they had a highlight on one side and a little bit darker on the other side have sold much more than 25 times. I mean, look at this one. Come on, look at the lighting. Look at the concept. I made the little things with ice cream, sticks and lollipop sticks. The concept's good, but the lighting is terrible. Instead of emphasizing the happy over the sad and putting the light over there. But as it is, it sold 42 times for almost 19 bucks. Whoa, that's deeper than I thought. Again, with the no shadow, no depth. You can see this one here. The shadows in the front. There's really no highlight. The lighting it needs help. I mean, let's just face it. And that one's 49 downloads, $22. So, okay, and now this one. This is where I thought I was gonna get creative and do a collage of the final drink and then all the steps to make the drink, all the ingredients. Again, there's no highlights. It's a very flat image. Contrast is not going to help it. It needs that highlight from a flash, from a light source. And then the composition is terrible. I mean, look at the main drink, and all around it is black. It's not a very good photo. The idea was good, adding the collage, adding the ingredients, but the main subject should be highlighted, should be good, and the lighting should be boom, in your face. All right, this is the same hummingbird, and I photoshopped it all in different places. You can see how the background is. I had it like f11. The background, even though I tried to blur it, it didn't look that great. And I added all the hummingbirds. The same hummingbird, again, there's no depth, it's a little exaggerated. But again, 66 downloads, $32 for learning how to Photoshop and do this. Now I could do it way better because I know how to blur the background. $32 from that one lesson. This is one I got lazy. I've told you guys how I used to blend the backgrounds, take the photo at f11, then the background at f2, and then blend the images so the subject had that oomph. And this one I got lazy and I shot it somewhere like f10 or f9. And you can see how the background, you can see the cups, you can see the colors, it's distracting. I have way better images I've sold more times. But this one, even though I got lazy, it still sold 61 times and $43. It's like undercooking a steak. I undercooked it here. I didn't even cook it. I just got lazy. There we go. Some people like raw meat. Most people don't. Hope you got that analogy. Let's move on. There goes some ducks. Look at these cookies in the Christmas tree. The white balance is terrible. The background is not bad, but the white balance is completely off. The Christmas tree lights up. The Christmas tree lights up, but you can't really see the lights in this photo. It's terrible, and not even then. The white balance is the biggest thing. It's just they're sugar cookies, Christmas cookies. Why would you use this photo? All right, look at these chocolates again with the Dutch angle. But look at the chocolates. You can't really see them. You can only see the white chocolate in the front. The dark chocolate, the milk chocolate, they're hiding. The lighting is terrible. But yeah, it's sold. I was so proud. Stop. I was so proud of this photo, and it's only downloaded, it got one download. I thought I had a great concept for a new music player. I was learning Photoshop, and I think I did pretty well, but it's only sold once because as far as a concept, it's not really there. No one's looking for that. All right, let's talk about lighting. Look at this photo. Look how dark it is. This was at a hotel. It would have been so much better, but I know it was dark and I had to pump up the ISO in the camera and I didn't do it. Bring a tripod, a monopod, something that's gonna help you get brighter images in low light conditions. Today, the cameras handle way better ISO than this one did, but it was just way too dark. All right, look at this one. Look at this mojito thing, isolating on a white background. The glass is gray. The white balance is terrible. This is when I was just learning photography. I didn't even worry about white balance. It needs a lot of help. And yet that one sold 69 times, 65 bucks. It's fine, but it needs help. It could improve a lot. All right, I thought I saw an eagle over there, but it wasn't. I think everything is hiding because of the snow. This is one photo I did in Belize. Now, it's the river, the jungle, the sky is completely blown out. It's terrible. I made the photo about the river because the river was roaring, yet the composition is more about the mountains and the sky. But yet, it sold 9 times for a total of $79. That's great, isn't it? But remember, when you're making a picture, be intentional. It's even titled View of the McCullough River, but yet you can barely see the river. Be intentional with your photos, be intentional with your titles, and this will help you generate some more sales. Let me actually move this here so I can zoom in if I see anything. Look at this one. This was a concept, a happy concept, but look at how the main subject is being blocked. You want to show your subjects, you want it popping out. You don't want to be hiding it in the light with the shadows, or you can barely read what it said, but whatever, it's still sold. This one, oh, bath soap at a hotel. Look at that. Look at this one. I did the cutouts. I had the happy world together, put a world map, and then put everybody holding hands. Look at the lighting. Again, this is just not good lighting. And look at this, isolating on white. You can see gray around it. This one, look at this. Again, I undercooked it. I didn't even cook it. Just one shot, the martini, pouring the drink. The background looks terrible. If I would have taken the time to blend the background like I've done in other photos, those other photos I've sold hundreds of times. This one's only sold 3 times. This one, all right, it's a concept. I know the subject might be disgusting or gross, but 3 people have bought it, even though the light is flat. A backlight, something glowing in the back of my head to show the outline would have been better. But even like that, it sells. This other one was a hiking trail, and look at how dark. I didn't even try to do an HDR or anything. It was just a quick shot, and it doesn't look that great. Look at this one, talking about white balance, composition. The background is on an angle. The drinks and everything is kind of falling. The cake and the wine in the background, it just doesn't look that great. What is this, a chocolate brownie and wine? Good idea, brownie, chocolate, wine, whatever. But the white balance is off. The background is off. It needs to be straight. Again with the Dutch angle here, and even though it's a little bit blurrier, the background, it's still not great. These mushrooms, look at the shadows and the highlights. These are supposed to be a mushroom. 3 downloads. You can't really tell what it is. The subject is not clear. It's not gonna sell. This background, the lighting is off. The background just looks terrible. These wolves, the edited processing was terrible. I rented gear similar to this one, and I went into a pin with some wolves with a couple of friends, and the processing was just very. I was again learning the sliders in Lightroom, and I pumped the clarity all the way, and that's why it looks dirty and just doesn't look that great. But whatever, it still sells. Look at this shot. Look at how yellow and gray this drink looks. Just not good. That's not. Oh, talk about a concept, apples and oranges. It's sold a couple times, but that's way past what we have today. This one, I don't know why this one sold so many times. Look at the background. Look, I added the fog. I used, I think, dry ice, but the drink is so blown dark. It's got lights in the background, so you don't see the smoke through, but whatever, it still sells. And I'll keep going with the HDR. Look at this one. Just, it looks horrible, but it keeps selling. Look at this vineyard. Look at the highlights and how horrible the processing was. The sky blown out. Everything just doesn't look like, wow, I want to go there. But whatever. It's still sold once or twice. All right, it's getting cold. I ran out of coffee and I haven't seen any birds, so I think it's time to leave. I hope you understand a little bit more about stock photography by watching this video. Your photos don't have to be the best up front. The more you do, the better you're gonna get. Don't be afraid of uploading photos that you don't like. Somebody might. Some of these, today I look at them and to me they look terrible, but yet other people bought them. That gave me motivation and I keep doing more and more. Don't be so critical of yourself. As long as you improve every day, every month, every year, things are gonna look better and better, because that's what improving does. Why can't I think straight today? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell. Next week, remember, I'm gonna hopefully have some images to share with you and compare 4 big lenses to see where we're at and what's good for wildlife and whether or not I wanna buy one of these or not. Thank you very much for watching. Again, like, subscribe, bell, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.